everybody, and welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today we are talking about the Belgian Grand Prix, a race that was so finely poised after qualifying with engine penalties galore. You're thinking this could be a thriller. Or Verstappen could be leading after lap 12. One or the other. We got one of them. But anyway, your reactions were amazing. Let's dive into them right now. At Bents1780938, the first lap be like. The first lap was absolute carnage. I did not have a clue where to look. I didn't absorb it whatsoever. There was just cars everywhere. But this particular meme is talking about Latifi, who was running obviously reasonably strongly because everyone basically started at the back of the grid. And Latifi just bottles it straight away, dips a wheel in the gravel, comes back on the track, Bottas gets tagged, and then he's in the gravel and can't move. And then, of course, Nicholas then spins his car around, drives past Bottas. Cheers, mate. Have a good day, all right? I want to carry on with this race. You might have to stop there. I'm sorry, but Latifi can't keep his seat next year. It just can't happen. They need a better driver in that Williams seat. I know he was fastest in FP3 in Hungary. I know he got what, P10 at Silverstone in qualifying. It's not good enough. New driver, please. At Campesano Max, Ferrari fans getting ready to watch the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, of course, it's been, what, 3-4 weeks since the last race? 3-4 weeks since Ferrari last did anything wrong. And I think I had enough time to heal. I felt quite good coming into the Belgian Grand Prix. I was excited to see what could happen. Of course, the Leclerc news of starting at the back wasn't great, but then loads of people did, including Verstappen, and you're thinking, okay, level playing field, let's go. But wow, Ferrari were nowhere, and everything else that went on, we'll get onto it. This episode, as you probably might imagine, has a lot of Ferrari memes, but I'm trying not to make it solely about them, but it's very difficult. Now, another thing that happened on lap 1, of course, is Hamilton and Alonso coming together, which you could just see happening from the minute there was any move on down that Kemmel straight. At Nur_here26, Hamilton getting absolutely violated by Fernando. Not sure violated as such, but he got completely and utterly sent up into the air. And fair enough, Hamilton came and said, you know what, that was my fault, it was in my blind spot. But then Fernando just coming over the team radio and saying that he only knows how to drive when he's in first. At Bart Pod, first 2 laps of the Belgian Grand Prix. Chaos. Now, even, I think maybe towards the end of the first lap, after, there was cars everywhere, cars stopped, they were just slipstreaming so closely in that last sector that you're going, I cannot physically process all of this information. And I still genuinely can't remember half the things that went on. But probably the best 2 laps of the Belgian Grand Prix by quite some margin. It was almost a little bit too good, because then we expected it throughout the entirety of the rest of the race, and that didn't happen, did it? At Schumacher, Ocon double overtake. He did 2 of them in the race. Ocon was on some serious driving ability today, and genuinely really impressive from Ocon, who of course had to start at the back of the grid as well, and he made some amazing overtakes. And we've been discussing a little bit about what do Alpine do. Is Esti Besti really a team leader at Alpine? But you start doing moves like that, my friend, you might well just be getting the praise you deserve. Now we move on to a Ferrari meme. Of course, it wasn't going to be too far away, was it? At Vic Xavier, Leclerc to his engineer. It's not my job to know the answer, it's your job to find it. Now, this was, of course, when they were chatting quite in depth about what Leclerc goes on to next. He was running in P5 at the time, I think it was. Like, do you want to go on fresh mediums? Do you want to go on fresh hards? Like, you can see that Ferrari, they're trying to learn. At this point, I can accept they are trying to learn. They're trying to improve the communication with the driver. Not sure if they gave away a little bit too much of the strategy, on a public radio. But I like the fact they were chatting to Leclerc, and Leclerc was like, just tell me what to do. You're the strategy team. I like having a bit of a chat, but at the same time, he's in the car. He doesn't know where all the cars are positioned, etc. It's still Ferrari's job to make the decision, pretty much. But at the same, it's a very difficult balance, I think. But I appreciated Ferrari's attempt to talk to Leclerc. At Sick Note Mickey 21 needs no explanation. Yeah, I mean, that meme's just going to be copy and pasted for the rest of the season, I think. But, of course, the hard tyres weren't actually that bad, to be fair, compared to Hungary, where they were woeful. And to be fair, in Friday practice, they didn't look great either. But Sunday, teams managed to fire them up and do pretty well on them. Of course, Sainz was on hard tyres towards the end. And if anything, Leclerc didn't make the mediums work at the end of the race. They had the same length of stint as well. So, yeah, there's so many Ferrari memes. And I'm hurting. I am hurting. I'm not going to lie to you. This 98 points. 98. Yeah, I know. If you turned off straight away and you would have thought, oh, it was 96, Matt. We'll get on to that part. This was a really good meme that I saw halfway through the race. At Primus 2K, Lewis on his way to Alonso using the GTA overlay. I found it very odd that Hamilton was just walking around in what looked like some sort of barren wasteland around the edge of the Spa circuit, not being picked up as a 7-time F1 world champion. You would have thought they would have got some sort of vehicle to them earlier. And I think as well he got a warning for not going straight to the medical centre. So wasn't particularly happy at the FIA with Hamilton. But yeah, he wasn't happy either. But on reflection, he took blame for the turn-in, and who knows what he could have done. He probably could have got Sainz and got another podium. But yeah, Mercedes, a little bit of a blip in their quite consistent and bulletproof run of form. Now, this meme was posted quite a lot, and I'm pretty sure this isn't actually the tweet meme author, whatever you want to call them, so it's not going to be tweet of the week, but we'll still include it because I don't know actually who made this. Whoever did, congrats, well done, you're amazing. At iSkumis, what a kick by Sir Lewis Hamilton. That actually genuinely made me really chuckle, this Rocket League meme. I haven't played Rocket League in so long. But yeah, Hamilton's car went flying. I saw a lot of porpoising memes as well. Oh, Mercedes have got really bad porpoising this weekend. Good bants. But preferred the Rocket League stuff for sure. At Okoff, Ferrari on hards. As I said, it wasn't actually that bad, but it does genuinely give me flashbacks. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, as soon as they went on, even though it was on Sainz's car, you're still thinking, not sure if this would have been right. But it was. It was fine. It was all good. Well, all good in the sense of that particular one moment in strategy was fine. But, I mean, Red Bull just too good. They're just too damn good. Yeah, lots of Ferrari memes, I'm sorry. At RoughPug123, Ferrari picking their strategy. Although, to be fair, McLaren also got on with the Plan G at the end of the race. I think they were talking about potentially stopping and with a few laps left to maybe get fastest lap or whatever, and Plan G wasn't an option. Plan G. I don't think Ferrari's actually gone that far. I think Plan F is as far as they've gone. So McLaren have outdone Ferrari with the strategy options. At K_Kalatsui, Ocon on overtakes. Now, of course, this was the second time he did an overtake, a double overtake. And I want to know, let me know in the comments right now, is Ocon a team leader for Alpine, or do they need to go shopping for someone else? Let me know. And whilst you're there, please subscribe as well. I haven't done a shout out to subscribe for a little while, but please do. Lots of content, triple header underway. If you love Formula 1, come join the family. And now we're back to more Ferrari memes. And sorry, but genuinely, it wasn't that good of a race, was it? There wasn't a huge amount memeable apart from obviously Alonso's thing at the start and whatnot. But either or, Ferrari just continue to entertain us, don't they? At Dank_F1 fan, only Ferrari can fumble stealing the fastest lap. Right, let's talk about it! Oh. I mean, genuinely though, like, I'm not that upset because I've already gone through despair. I'm in the acceptance phase where, although I keep relapsing a little bit because, you know, when you see something else go wrong, you go, okay, how much more can I take? But in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter. It's not like they lost the win, they lost P5, but it's still a big blunder. But those that are kind of having a go at Ferrari, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure on it. I know it was a bit touch and go, pitting for fastest lap and Alonso being 18, 19 seconds behind. But I can see why they would have done it, you know, because they were hoping that they'd clear Alonso pretty quickly and then have an attempt for fastest lap. But of course, Leclerc sped in the pit lane, so you can't blame Ferrari on that. Ferrari did not make Leclerc speed in the pit lane. That's completely and entirely on him. But then, yeah, it was a bit touch and go with Alonso, lost the position, didn't even get fastest lap. So, lost 2 points because of the 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and didn't even get one back for getting fastest lap. Because Alonso did a little cheeky lock-up in the first corner of the last lap. He was definitely trying to get Leclerc to pass him, going towards Eau Rouge and Radion. He knows what he's doing, Fernando, but alas, more pain. Another meme about the whole fastest lap shenanigans. Ballsy F1, box for softs, failed to get fastest lap but stay P5, received 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As you can imagine, the memes came flooding in when this happened. We were live streaming on Twitch. If you don't follow us already, WTF1 Official. We do loads of race watch-alongs, quali watch-alongs, even free practice watch-alongs, as well as other shows as well on there, so go check us out. But the amount of people that flood in every time something goes wrong with Leclerc, and that, as you can imagine, happens pretty much every single race weekend at this rate. And haven't even reflected on qualifying, have we, where they just stuck a new set of softs on for Leclerc and they didn't need to, but alas, that didn't really change much. Is there a better sport to watch than Formula 1? Should I take up cricket or fishing? Fishing could be good. Surely there's not much controversy or heartbreak in fishing. I remember this team radio as well, where I was kind of trying to be quite optimistic. And this comes in from @NeilShah248. So we're looking at a P5 finish. Bearing in mind, Verstappen was first by lap 12. And then legitimately first by lap 18 after all the strategies and stuff had unfolded. How quick is that Red Bull? I mean, fair play. Perez wasn't able to get anywhere near Verstappen this weekend. And you have to just take your hat off how good Max is. He is inevitable. And he is the best driver probably at the moment in Formula 1. Can you really argue against anyone else? I know it's very difficult to measure, but Max is doing a stunning job. At Monachia, McLaren really did Daniel dirty with that pain. We performed an undercut on the other teams, right? I think Lando as well, he went on the hards quite early and didn't really manage to make much time up towards the end of the race. But no, it was... I feel, and Tommy has said this, and I feel like I should echo his thoughts because I do genuinely believe it. McLaren get away very easily with the criticism that Ferrari get, etc., which is warranted. But McLaren, who are supposed to be this big team with enormous resource, enormous factory, etc., etc., they have created a pretty terrible car in the grand scheme of things. When you look at the field spread, I know Mercedes are struggling as well and whatnot, but McLaren, they haven't been winning for a very long time. I know Monza, whatever, but they haven't been at the front consistently for quite a long time. They need to pick their game up. At Fritz Gehaven, having a solid strategy in place. Plan C, Plan Z, ask the drivers what the hell they want. That's one way to get away and get around the problems of people saying that Ferrari have a terrible strategy team. Just make the drivers make the decision. All right, Leclerc, well, if you can do better, mate, what tyre do you want? Fresh, medium, fresh, hards? You choose. And there's another meme, actually, that was quite funny to do with restaurant, I think, as well. Which here we go. At Ambuj Sethi, Ferrari strategists be like, what would you like to have today, sir? A fresh, hot, and set hards? I can't even read. A fresh and hot set of hards or mediums? I like that. That was really good. Very much enjoyed that. At blue_pyro_64. I know the chronology of this episode has gone kind of out the window, but there was just memes coming in left, right, and centre at all times. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This guy only knows how to race and start from first. I'm just squeezing along a bit too tight. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton's not too bad at math because he has been pretty good this season, it has to be said. But yeah, that was a mistake that was... Well, I mean, if he had driven away in that Mercedes with how high he went and then slammed back down on the ground, one, I'm not surprised that the FIA were a bit annoyed because, I mean, you got to check up with these kind of incidents. You never know what could happen with your spine and whatnot. But two, if he'd driven away after that and his car had survived, that would have been a miracle. At Rummel Philip, I love the circuit, but today ain't it. Great driving from Max and Esteban, though. First 10 laps. That's true. And everyone loves Spa. It's such a weird thing because Spa hasn't had a massive banger for quite some time, and yet everyone still loves it because the cars look amazing driving around it. It is such a pleasure to just watch the cars at full pelt go through Eau Rouge and up Radion. Genuinely, it's just a great looking track, and maybe we need to adjust the length of DRS, but then again, car setups were massively varied. You had Albon with a rocket ship able to keep drivers behind with DRS, whereas other drivers were getting past left, right and centre very easily down the straight. So yeah, a difficult balancing act. At Juiced123153, Verstappen right now. Qualifying is important. This is worthless. It was worthless. The fact he was the bookies' favourite from 14th on the grid. That just shows how fast he was in practice and qualifying. That he was 14th and the favourite. And there's an amazing stat as well that he is only the second driver in history to win back-to-back races from 10th or lower on the grid. And I think, don't quote me on this, the other one was Bruce McLaren in 1959. So in the modern era, Verstappen's the only one to have ever done that. Make of it what you will. At Crystal Horner, welcome back from vacation, everyone. This is actually a very well thought out meme. Ferrari strategists, plan D, plan disaster. I just want to hear a plan A, just once, you know? Charles, plan A, everything's going to plan. Carlos, everything's great. Plan A, see you in the pits. Never happens. Never happens. At GD Hall 34, F1 TV playing all of Ferrari's strategy calls to Leclerc. They knew what they were doing. They knew. And the meme suggests it as well. They knew. F1 TV aren't stupid. They want to play stuff that gets shared. And I just want a 24/7 unfiltered feed of that Ferrari team radio. It would be top quality entertainment. At Laudemir, getting your first box of coloured pencils as a kid. I like that. Different. But Albon, what a drive. Scored a point, kept everyone behind with an incredibly fast car, destroyed his teammate. What more can you want? Albon's performing really, really well. Again, he thrives in a car that isn't a Red Bull, and maybe one day he will thrive in a car that's of similar performance to a Red Bull. But right now, he is doing an amazing job in that Williams.
Who has won? Tweet of the week.
Right, tweet of the week time now, and it comes in from at LoeKit97. Ferrari trying to clean their mistakes. Oh, it's so simple yet so effective, and you are going to win an amazing Fanatec prize. I'll be in your DMs, so watch out in the next few days. At AdGaythuma, FIA to Max. Genuinely, Max turned the AI difficulty to 0 this weekend. He was, as I've said already, in a league of his own. That's the word. That's the phrase even. Well done, Max. What more can I say? Well done. You smashed Ferrari. I'm so happy.
It's time for Social Media Team Championship.
Right, Social Media Team Championship time now, and the teams were out in full force this weekend. They had a bit of a summer break, and they had the memes ready. Let's get into it. In third place, we have Alpine F1 team, giving us Schumacher-Hakkinen vibes. I like that. That's good. Esteban was on 1, and so was Alpine. Well done. 1 point. In second, we have Mercedes AMG F1. George, these tyres are gone. He's learning. He's learning from the best. Lewis Hamilton, the king of tyres are gone. So well done, George. Well done, Mercedes. 2 points. And finally, the winners of the Social Media Team Championship for the Belgian Grand Prix are Haas F1. The back row of the grid tomorrow be like. Perfect meme. Well done, Haas. There's a reason that you are the reigning champions. That's 1 point for Alpine, 2 points for Mercedes, and 3 points for Haas F1.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Right, race rundown time now. Let's see if I can do this after a summer break. F1 haven't posted their normal graphic that I read off, so I am of a disadvantage right now. But the finishers of the Belgian Grand Prix were Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Leclerc. No, oh wow, I said Leclerc fifth. Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Alonso, Leclerc, a lock on. Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell. Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Leclerc. No, I don't know. Why do I keep saying this? Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon, Vettel, Gasly, Alonso. That's Albon. Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Alonso, Leclerc, Ocon, Vettel, Gasly, Albon, Stroll, Norris, Tsunoda, Guan Yu Zhou, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Schumacher, Latifi, Bottas, Hamilton. No, they didn't even finish. Just cut it. It doesn't matter. I did the 18 and then carried on. I'm an idiot. And the non-finishers were Bottas, Hamilton, Bottas. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching the internet's best reactions to the Belgian Grand Prix. If you want to get involved next time, use the hashtag WTF1. And if you win Tweet of the Week, you'll win an amazing Fanatec prize. Big shout out to Fanatec for sponsoring this series, as always. And that is it. We've got another race next week and another race the week after that. So I'll see you there for more pain. And I'm going to go rest up now. So I'll see you very soon. Bye!